action.
Hi, Gordon here with another week in the Unscripted Series. And this week I'm here with Heather Staten. I introduced her a week or two ago as one of the people of Mya-Moe. And Heather does a couple of things. One is she does the QA work on nearly everything that Ben does. And she puts the dots in the fretboards. But for us, and I say us as Aaron and I, that we fret the fretboards, the most important thing that she does is nibs the frets. So let me start at the back end and tell you why we need that and what it is, and then you can show us kind of what you do. How's that?
Yep, sounds good.
So here is a bound and radiused fretboard that we get from Ben, and it's really cool because it's got the binding on it, but you can see that the fret slot doesn't go all the way to the edge. It terminates at the binding. And then you have fret wire here, and that fret wire, it's really hard to see, I know, in the video, but this here will become the top of the fret, and extending down below is what's called the tang, and it's got little barbs on it. It's what holds the fret into the fretboard. But I can't put that into the fretboard now because it can't extend all the way to the edge. The binding's in the way. So here we've got this little box, conveniently numbered, 1 to 19 for the 19 frets. So when Aaron or I get ready to fret, we pull a 1 out of the 1 slot, and now you can see it there?
Let me see.
Where the tang doesn't go all the way to the edge. It's been nibbed off. And that way, when that piece of fret wire goes here and we put it in our fret press, I'm going to be able to press that right down into the fretboard, and the fret wire will still extend all the way to the edge. So, in order for that to happen, these have to get nibbed, but equally importantly is they have to be in the right place here. Because when I pick up a number 1, I mean, it's got to be sized for a number 1. So, why don't you show us how you cut them and nib them and size them.
Okay. You make several different widths of fingerboards, so I'm working on 4 strings right here. This one is for doing 6-string ukuleles, and this is for each fret, 1 through 19. And I just line it up and cut them off like that.
So you're cutting off at the 7 right now.
Yeah. And then, put my glasses on so I can see. This is my fret nibber, and it's got a little blade here. I don't know if there's any way
like a little
to show
anvil.
this, but I just nib off the first, is that like 1/8 of an inch, something like that?
Yep.
On both
Yeah,
sides.
it's 1/8 inch binding. So.
And then my little file, I'll smooth off each end, make sure they're smooth. And then with my sort of sizer, I'll go until I find, so this one is for the 7th fret.
So the reason she had to do the sizing is even though she cut it for a 7, when you nib it, it's not always exactly accurate. And yet when we pull it out of the box, it's got to be spot on. And so this might have turned into a 6 or an 8
easily.
And that way,
yeah.
You know, when you size it, you put it in the box, and
That sort of happy occurrence of me cutting a 7 and ending up a 7
doesn't happen very often.
was only for the camera. That doesn't happen in real life all that often, so I end up needing to do lots and lots of them to get the right number of each size.
But I think it's a good example of, you know, how to get more efficient, because some people would say, well, I'm going to cut a 7 here, and they would nib, oh, I got to nib a little more, oh, I went too far, what am I going to do with that? Maybe I'll throw it away. But the idea of just nibbing and then sizing it and putting it in the box really,
Yeah. I think having these devices, and especially these, you get the combination of accuracy and efficiency. So
yeah, it's perfect. And the other thing I'll mention, like this, the fret wire, we get ours from LMI, and in these rolls. Well, the cool thing is that this roll is almost exactly our 12-inch radius, and so some other companies sell their fret wire straight, and then you have to put it through a bender and get the radius, and sometimes it doesn't bend quite right. But this is just all perfect for our 12-inch radius fretboards. So we can go right from this fret wire, cut, nib, box, fret, And as you said, it's a combination of kind of efficiency and accuracy. So, anything else you're working on? That I see some nice vermouths over here. Are you
my side project is artisan vermouth, and
are you going to do that as a business?
Yeah.
Still? Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be really great.
Yeah.
We'll be your first customer. Do you have any ready for us?
No, I don't really. I've got lots of sample versions, but I don't have a great one yet.
Yeah, how about some gin or vodka? And then we're all set. All right, well, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next week for another edition of the Unscripted Series. Bye-bye.